fire.
Come on,
I mean,
Do, 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 do,
like I
do,
said, according to
do,
the
do.
camera, there's no. I mean, there's no camera that can actually see the accident itself.
Right.
So they might have one laid open, might not. I don't know. But what I do know is there's a whole bunch of people coming on the north side 37 here. That's what I know.
Well, it's a Friday,
Where are you
so I
talking
mean,
about
Not in this town. This
oh,
town, this is a small town.
okay.
All right, it's a very small city. How's that?
Where the fuck around,
Yeah,
buddy? I'm turning here.
Wait, is Skittles driving as well?
Yep.
He's
just
driving a
love how
smaller truck.
I just love how every day nobody notices it's 7.
What do you mean nobody?
That's your
I
guy.
figured it was. I figured it was.
I
about
noticed.
that time.
That's why I stopped using Crappy's real name.
Hmm.
What the fuck are you doing, guy?
What do you mean I have some
Hello,
fine
Cryptic.
split ends? How the hell do you know that I have split ends in my hair? Why would you say that? That is so mean.
What? Your split ends?
Well,
My hair.
Yo,
Are the-
Chadwick.
I mean,
Chadwick.
is the hair with split ends the hair that's on your nipples?
Harrow,
I don't know.
What up, Rolling Bear?
you know,
what's his
I gotta
name?
say, that's the good thing about not having any hairs. I don't have to worry about that shit.
Skittles, can you do an imaginary ding for Cryptic? Because that was a pretty good joke he just made.
Oh, dang. I'm not looking at chat. I just got it up.
Oh, Cryptic says his friend confessed to him that he masturbates with his feet, and so he told him he needed to get help because things had obviously gotten out of hand.
Oh my god.
Dang.
Big.
Ding, 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 Cryptic.
So how's
are the
everybody
winner.
on a Friday?
I'll be back in a minute.
Incredibly pissed off with Amazon.
What did Jeff
Welcome to my
Bezos do
world.
to you?
Welcome to my world. I haven't ordered Amazon in shit.
Well, they were supposed to deliver something because Functional ordered a special mic stand for his mic. And I got a message saying it'd be delivered. So I went down and checked the mailbox. No note, nothing. And I was like, okay, this is messed up. So I called Amazon and I'm like, what the fuck? Like, no note, nothing. And they're like, yeah, the driver just like took off. So I'm like, well, they've got like 3 hours to get here. And they're like, no, it'll be here. Yep. And I gave them my phone number and everything. And they're like, well, here's a credit. We're so sorry. Like, or $5 or whatever. Like, that's not going to do. And I was like, yeah, still nothing from Amazon. So they better up that fucking credit because they're going to get a call back going, seriously, like, what the hell is your driver that retarded that he cannot, like, even make a phone call? Like, I would go down there and meet him if it's a problem. But
Crappy is plenty of room.
don't just like fucking say that it's delivered and don't even leave a message like, oh, you can pick it up somewhere else. Don't just like fucking run off with crap, like that's theft.
Hey, Inked, what up?
Hey, Inks.
Hello, gorgeous.
Yo.
Last time I ordered Amazon, it was last Christmas. Around last Christmas, and last time I ordered was around last Christmas. I ordered my son this little plastic toy tool bench.
Aw.
I'm feeling it.
Yeah, problem is they delivered a plastic toy car that he sits in that we already have.
Oh my gosh. My dad orders from Amazon all the time. Never has a problem. You know why? Because he lives in a house.
Well, I mean, of
They
everybody,
just
I usually
are,
miss
like,
the most.
our
I live in a
apartment-
house.
As a tank,
Yeah, like so that's
so I
kind of
figure
fucked up
probably
there.
get the most
But
guilt.
I just don't understand. Like
I don't know.
this
I'm
is
just
not the
kinda
first
used to
time that
seeing
I've had problems with Amazon delivering to the apartment because you basically have to park on the street and then come in. It like food people who are delivering food, they don't have a problem, but apparently like couriers, sometimes they'll deliver packages, sometimes they're just like, you know what? fuck it. I'm just gonna say I delivered it and just take off with it.
Hi,
And
functional.
then you have to chase them down.
You know,
I heard the frustrated sigh.
technically, was it Thursday through Saturday? I play a courier. Technically, that's what I'm supposed to be through the Mojave Wasteland.
Okay, are
with
you
a death
playing
fly and a
Mailman
botanist.
Simulator?
No. The whole Fallout New Vegas is you were a courier, you had this platinum chip, and instead of getting it to where it needed to go, you got shot in the head. And that's when the game begins.
Oh, okay.
Verified. Thunder is full of chip.
I haven't gotten that platinum chip back yet. I have to go talk to Caesar. I don't want to talk to Caesar. He's a dumbass. Freaking, he decides his military needs to dress up in freaking Roman outfits. They keep slaves and don't have they're just a bad faction.
Don't say the.
Okay, so we can't say that. Can we type that sounds cool?
Yeah.
Bing Bing with British cookbook from.
She said don't say it.
I think she's worried about us getting flagged for racism or something, even though we say stuff like Durka Durko land.
Yeah. My favorite country.
Oh, look at that. M&M is down in the chat instead of giving us terrible sound quality in his truck. Good job, man. Good job. Because you know what? M&M can't tell the time.
It's not his job, his fault. He's
Eminem.
got one of them there real jobs.
Yeah, I was gonna say M&M is in the same position as Crappy and myself. We actually have real jobs that really work.
Oh, you're saying don't say. Oh, but well, you know what? They've made bad deliveries a bunch of times. So,
Whatever happened to Amazon drones? Like if you were within so far of the warehouse, they'd freaking drone you the thing.
I'm not
because it
close to
turned
that.
it. They shot that idea down when us rednecks told them it's skeet shooting with prizes.
Oh, did that?
Well, it's bad enough that a lot of times they don't ring the doorbell and they'll just leave it on your porch, and so yeah, that becomes a problem, especially around the holiday season, because then people will drive around looking for free goodies.
Well, let's see. Like I said, I told you about where we ordered my son a toy tool bench and they delivered a car.
Yeah.
That exact same order, I ordered my wife 2 robes, 2 bathrobes. The really nice, bushy, fluffy terry
Like
cloth.
the hotel kind.
Yeah, her favorite color too. And never got them. I mean, never got them at all. My wife wanted a set of those copperware pots and pans.
Mm-hmm.
You know the ones I'm talking about. Good luck ever get. You couldn't get stuff to stick to them if you tried.
Yeah.
And
the good ones.
yeah, the good ones that cost me like $200. They say it was delivered. Problem is that the only thing we can figure is the delivery guy plugged my address into his GPS and delivered them that way. Because here's the problem: if you actually plug my address directly into Google Maps,
Mm-hmm.
it will send you to a place 7 miles by air away.
That's messed up.
Yeah. And they never delivered it there, or they never delivered it to us. And throughout the whole time, we ended up getting the refund on there. And about 2 weeks later, some lady shows up at the house and says, "By the way, this was delivered to us," and gave us the package. And it was like 2 weeks after my anniversary.
Oh.
After I already got in trouble for not buying it. After I already got in trouble for not buying her anything for our anniversary.
That's sad. I'm sorry.
So Amazon ruins my marriage. Or Amazon's trying to ruin my marriage.
Amazon's just trying to make me insane.
It's all because Jeff Bezos got a divorce and now he doesn't want anyone else to be married.
I wouldn't doubt it.
Yeah, that explains a few things.
Wonder how much. Does anyone know how much she got out of that?
It was like 40 million or something.
Probably. Yeah, I mean, guy's like what, like a billionaire? So yeah, she probably got some decent.
She got some coin
support
out of it,
money.
yeah.
Yeah, she got some.
Oh yeah, she got cash. Plus, she still has some control in Amazon.
Yeah, she's not. I mean, she's not like the. She's not the HBIC. You know, she's not like the HBIC, but she definitely has a good controlling amount.
And the lesson for the day, folks, is called prenup.
Those still get thrown out every once in a while.
Prenup, but wasn't he the one who was cheating?
Yeah.
Well then,
Oh, yeah.
Then that would, I would suppose, get thrown out because
I never
it's
understood
violated.
cheating. If I'm with someone, I'm with someone. I'm not looking.
Yeah, I've never understood that either. Like honestly, if you're not happy with somebody, you end the relationship and then you move on. You do not do something to someone that creates a situation that they are going to be, emotionally devastated by. Like, because that's just that just makes you an asshole.
Yeah. So, real quick, Crappy. Do you want to hug the wall? The center lanes that we all usually park in are all full now. It's either hug the wall of the store, or park the next set of. I mean, there's still rooms in the area where we park, just not the actual lanes.
All right.
So, all right, sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Oh, nothing. I was
It
just saying.
looks like Rolling Bear likes to fill out the paperwork with the prenups.
Or flush the paperwork.
That too. Euphemisms.
Yeah.
Oh, seriously? That didn't get that dart down? Yeah, the dart's still stuck to the ceiling. I'm shooting pellets at it now. Airsoft pellets at it now.
I would hate to see your ceiling. Like honestly, your ceiling must look like a death trap. Like things could like fall at any.
No, it's just the one dart, and I haven't. Oh, I have dented it from the airsoft pellet. Whoops.
Oh, you putting airsoft pellets? Are you guys renting or do you own? Because if you're renting, I mean, forget the.
Owned. This house is actually paid off and built in the
Okay.
60s, so
Okay,
some
that's
wiring may be old.
Because I was gonna say, because if you're denting the ceiling, yeah,
Ow,
forget your
fuck!
damage deposit.
Get the shovel.
Did you
I
shoot
did.
yourself? You
Well,
shot yourself, didn't you? You did.
the
Just
dart
admit it.
came down after I cocked it, and I decided, okay, I'm going to release the pellet into the blanket. Underneath the blanket was my leg. I forgot my leg was under the blanket.
You're okay. Never ever go into the military, dude. You were the guy that would die cleaning his gun.
I'm fine with real dangerous things. It's the not so dangerous things that I'm stupid with.
Well, I mean, okay. Well, I still wouldn't give you a gun. Let me just put it to you that way. Like at this point,
True.
just based on this particular incident, yeah, you were the last person that I think should be handling a firearm. I would give a firearm to Blind Girl before I would give a firearm to you.
Why?
Ooh,
Thank you.
Yes, let's do that. I want that video.
Okay, you know what? I am a responsible adult with no eyes. I'll be perfectly fine with that gun.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like, I think she would legitimately know how. Like, I mean, hey, she can. If she can throw a shoe and hit
I'm
a
gonna
nurse
just stand at the
and not,
inside
like
right now.
have it like rebound off and hit her, then obviously she has better hand-eye coordination than you do, Green Thunder. Sorry.
Well, chronologically, I'm adult. Mentally, not so much.
No comment.
That it's documented.
Okay.
So news.
Mm-hmm. All right. So there's an article that's just kind of weird. So I've actually looked up the guy in the article, but a guest lecturer at Ball State University has recently made the case that using proper grammar is a symptom of America's white supremacist culture.
So what they want people to turn in their term papers and emojis?
Yes,
Hell.
nothing but you have to use 1,400 emojis to write out Shakespeare.
Yeah. So, according to a report by the college, the College Fix Arizona State University Associate Dean and Professor Aseo Inouye, fuck, I don't know, made the case that using proper grammar is racist during a recent speech at Ball State University. Now, if you look up this guy's name, Aseo B. foreign name, is a professor of interdisciplinary arts and sciences, director of university writing and writing center at the University for Washington. So he's a writer and he's an artist, and like he director of university writing and writing center, and he's going, you don't use grammar.
Can someone write out all of the Norse mythology in like gangsta? Like Thor goes up to Loki and go, "Yo, bro, that horse you gave birth to is wicked fast." Look it up. Horse. Loki gave birth to a horse, that eight-legged horse that Odin rides. Yeah, that's Loki's kid.
Oh, and this guy has books out there too. Anti-racist writing. Labor-based grading contracts. These are his two books. Apparently, he has a very long history of just saying proper grammar in English is racist and white supremacist, and you need to just not. And he has he has unicorn in his Twitter bio.
I'll be right back. I just have to grab my laundry because I just got a notification on my phone saying that somebody has pulled it out of the dryer without my consent, so I have to go and rescue it. I'll be right back.
Me too, the dryer. Me too, the dryer.
And of course, just as I go back to keep reading the article, it disappears and was stuffed halfway down the goddamn page. So you know what? I'm just going to search it back up on Google.
Well, now I'm distracted with thinking how messed up Norse mythology is. Like the fact that the only kid of Loki's that's actually human, or human-ish, whatever, is Helena, the freaking ruler of the underworld. Or afterlife. Not quite sure. It's not really hell. It's more, if you didn't go to Valhalla, you go over there.
Yeah. Here we go. Here's another article that says, professor says grading good grammar are examples of white supremacy and racism as well. So you can't even grade good grammar either. So grading is a great way to protect the white property of literacy in schools.
Oh my.
Yeah.
This
so-
is what I hate about the internet. It's made people illiterate, and I should know because, well, no, I'm illiterate because I'm illiterate, but the internet doesn't help.
Mm-hmm. So, Ball State University recently hosted a presentation to engage with the question of how English language practices in college classrooms contribute to white supremacy. Because this is a sane argument, of course. Freeing our minds and innovating our ourselves from white language supremacy was the title of the 75-minute guest lecture given on October 14th by Asayo, I can't read his last name, a professor and the associate dean of the College of Integrative Sciences and Arts at Arizona State University. We're all...
I just feel like... So why is being smart and able to communicate properly now all of a sudden only white people, therefore supremacy? So
yeah, they
they're
forget about Asians,
saying
don't they?
the basketball Americans don't know how to be smart or talk properly because obviously they all grew up in a ghetto where bullets were flying everywhere. They all have donked out cars.
Fucking
And
mint.
freaking watermelon fried chicken. This ends the racist portion of hopefully ends the racist portion of my talking.
We're all implicated in white supremacy, foreign guy said during his presentation, co-hosted by Bell State's English department. The English department supported this university writing program and Office of Inclusive Excellence. Why is this a thing? Oh my god, this is because white supremacist systems, like all systems, reproduce themselves as a matter of course. Sorry, he said this includes reproduction of dominant white middle class monolingual standards for literacy and communication. Holy fucking word salad, Batman.
God damn.
Right, dude? White language supremacy, according to this guy, is the condition in classrooms, schools, and society where rewards are given in determined ways to people who can most easily reach them, because those people have more access to the preferred and embodied white language practices so they can read. And part of the access is a structural assumption that what is reachable at a given moment for the normative white monolingual English user is reachable for all. Yes, there are graded standards. There are standards.
What was
There's
that
the
word?
average.
Monolingual?
Yeah.
Monolingual. It means you only speak one language.
They're mad that people have standards.
Yeah, they're mad. They're mad that you actually have to like learn how to read and write and shit. Which is like, I don't even see why this is an issue, because especially when it comes to like spelling and grammar and shit, it is completely obsolete at this point. You are going to be typing everything that you do in this day and age. The computer will fix your spelling and grammar for you.
I don't do much typing. I use speech to text, which doesn't work all the time, so I do have to go back and fix it if I remember to.
The computer fixes everything. You really don't even have to know any of this shit. Yeah. Oh, yeah. But yeah, you know what? God forbid, Ed, we don't want people. God forbid, Ed, we're trying to teach people to go into the workforce without speaking like it's the wrong side of Harlem.
Yeah,
Aw,
pretty much.
Green Thunder, your kitty.
Yeah,
Actually-
Green's kitty's out.
Your kitty actually looks a lot like our kitty. Wow, that's crazy.
That kitty looks a lot like mine, and I'm wondering, did you steal my cat, you son of a bitch?
No, and this one decided that no, it doesn't want to go all the way back to my room since my
Focus.
stepdad's room is closer, and everyone except for me was sleeping in there last night. I'm like, what, do I smell bad or something?
Probably, but
Focus.
focus.
Oh,
Yeah, so I'm wondering if this guy's trying to say that we reward progress based on the average white person's reading and writing ability.
I don't think even if that is what he's trying to say, I'm pretty sure that's not how it works.
No. We just have grade standards, but I think they're saying that the standards of which to improve on are a white standard. So like a reading list or the spelling words that you have to learn this week, you get rewarded for learning them, and it's based on what the average kid should know in that grade, and they're trying to say that's a white person average.
Well, a lot of
whites
schools-
are the majority population, and whites created our education system, so I guess
You just-
technically,
Yeah.
Well, our system is set up to get the highest numbers.
yeah.
But
Yeah.
so what they'll do is they'll promote kids and they're not ready for the next grade
Mm-hmm.
all the way through.
Yep, no child left behind.
Right. So regardless if they're ready for it or not, they're going into it. And
Yep.
then it steadily
Thanks
gets
for that,
worse
brother.
as they go up the line.
Yeah. Oh yeah. When I graduated high school, there were people who were like illiterate, who I graduated with.
Well, when I graduated, if you didn't pass, you didn't pass.
Yep.
You come back.
Yeah.
If you failed English, you come back and took English.
Mm-hmm.
Because my senior year, I had 2 Englishes and a government.
Huh.
uh,
Yep. Well, apparently that's racist. So yeah, you're
so it's the whole book. The whole thing I joke about, books are offensive, but that's mostly because I'm illiterate and can't read.
Yep. Your school can be racist and produce racist outcomes. So he's whining about equality of outcome here, because if the outcome is that a bunch of students pass except for, anybody of color, then it's a racist outcome. He said even with expressed values and commitments to anti-racism and social justice, they're still racist outcomes. In one of his slides, he states that grading is a great way to protect the white property of literacy in schools. Literacy is not a white
Nigga,
property.
I
Oh
do
my
like
God.
that they're like, how dare you be racist to the ignorant, retarded black folk?
Yeah,
The
and,
bigotry of no expectations.
and maintain the white supremacist status quo without ever being white supremacists or mentioning race.
Oh, fuck right all the way off.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
if you don't care, if you don't care about race, that makes you racist.
Yep.
Oh my god. Another slide dealt with possible objections to his theory.
The fact that he's completely delusional and batshit insane.
He's a Marxist. As previously reported
Even worse.
by the College Fix, foreign guy is known for advocating the students should be graded based on the labor they put into their work, not the quality of the finished product. You know, usually when your finished product really fucking sucks, it's because you procrastinated to the last day and you didn't put much effort into it and you just said fuck whatever and here you go.
Yep.
So
You know, there was a really nice guy once. He's dead now, kind of got shot. Who said, "I have a dream that one day you're judged not by the color of your skin, but by your actions and
quality of your,
ability. Yeah, your quality of character. That's it."
there you go. Mhm.
And some of these people's quality of character is lacking, especially when they have to bring up race every 5 seconds.
So it's not if you reach the finish line, just you tried. We're just gonna grade you on trying. You don't have to do things, you just have to try.
Once again, I blame participation trophies.
This
You
is a
almost-
participation trophy.
I sound like a fucking boomer saying that, but I blame participation trophies.
I mean, you don't get cured of cancer from almost beating cancer, so why are we giving them the trophy for almost doing it?
Because
You know who I blame?
Bush thought that was a great idea.
You know who
Okay.
I blame? It's society, because we let people get away with it.
Yep.
Yep.
Blame the education system because they don't hold up to the standards that they set.
Yep.
Yep. This is literally participation grading.
Yep. Oh yeah, no, oh no. There was a year for when I was in high school, my freshman year of high school. There was a year where they tried this out. You got a 40 just for showing up.
I'd still fail. I never showed up.
That lasted for about a year before enough people said, "Yo, this is fucking bullshit."
Yeah.
The girl admits to being a loser.
Wow. So yeah, he then says, we must rethink how we assess writing if we want to address the racism. He wrote in his 2015 book, notice how they don't say bestseller in there, Anti-Racist Writing Assessment, Ecologies.
Let me look up that on Amazon. Let's see.
Teaching
What is
and
that?
assessing writing for a socially just future.
It's
in
called
another-
anti-racist writing assessment ecology. Ooh, let's see what.
Yeah, in another paper, a gradeless writing course that focuses on labor and assessing. He argued that writing teachers should calculate course grades by labor completed and dispense almost completely with judgments of quality when producing course grades. Seriously? During his presentation at Ball State University, he's like, university lecturer telling you it doesn't matter your outcome. Like, Jesus. This guy said that in order to succeed in even the most liberal and forward-thinking institutions of higher education today, a person of color has to act, think, and sound white to some degree.
Citation fucking needed.
Yeah.
Well, the college granddaughter goes to. Before you can graduate, you have to do complete a rhetoric exam, writing and comprehension. If you don't pass that, you don't graduate.
Yep.
It's probably a good thing that they have standards. I like standards.
Well, this is a very small college, 1,000 students, but they have it so you have to be proficient when you leave there.
Which standards again are good. Like, regardless of the size, standards are good. You're a university. Even if you have 100 students, you should act like you're a higher education university. If you have 10,000 students, you should act the same. Like, this is university, ladies and gents. This is not preschool here.
Yeah. Yeah, this isn't like, oh, nobody wins. It ends as long as you had fun, you win. Fuck that shit. That is setting people up to be losers and to accept being losers.
Yep.
And also to feel
and Brady
accepted
bastard
entitlement.
made Dro cry. Yeah, definitely the entitlement.
Yeah, like if you give a kid something, no matter what, whether they, whether you win or lose, you still get your shiny toy or your candy or whatever. Then what you're just basically telling the kid is that
it doesn't matter what they do. Everything's going to be handed to them.
Exactly, and no, there have to be, the reason why there are, the placements in Olympics is because it's the drive that causes people to want to succeed, so they will force themselves to do better. It's why, there's an honor roll system in schools. It's an incentive for kids to actually strive to be successful. If everyone gets everything, then it's just it's complete chaos. Nothing ever gets done.
Well, another thing I like about this college is that they have no athletic scholarships at all.
Mm-mm. So you actually have to know your shit academically in order to get in.
I actually do approve of that. I find that an academic scholarship, accompanied with a decent GPA, I'm cool with. But people who get in solely on academic scholarships, I completely disagree with. I think that does a disservice to the rest of the students that are actually who studied their asses off, who didn't party all day or whatever. If you want to
Judavion Clowney.
Yeah, if you just want to do professional sports, then why are you even bothering with college? Just go do your sports, and then when you're finished that, get your GED, go to college, do that. But don't rob somebody who's been working at something really hard.
Because a lot of the recruiting and drafting comes through colleges.
You need to separate. You need this to get rid of the college aspect of, or to get rid of the sports aspect of scholarships. You have to separate college sports from colleges.
Yes, yeah. I agree. I 100% agree.
And that's not going to happen, considering most of the college's money comes from sports.
Yep.
Well, you take, that they're getting.
And almost all of my high school's money went into the sports. If you didn't play football, they didn't give a shit about you.
Yeah.
See, that's the good part of Canada. Like, honestly, pretty much you can play all the sports you like, but that doesn't mean you're getting a scholarship to any of the top universities. It's that no.
They're building a new academic building on campus. They're tearing down one of the old ones and building a new one. One of the former alumni donated $30 million to make improvements and to build this building.
How do you become a former alumni?
No,
Did
he's
they
an
take his?
alumni.
Did he take his degree away?
Look across a lot. Look across a lot.
Hmm.
Yeah.
The other side.
Where?
Yeah, you know what it is.
What?
Look behind you.
Let me guess, you're flipping him
Get a
off?
big old bucket.
Yeah,
It's-
he knows.
Oh. No, you're saying the other side. I thought you were thinking about over there, dumbass.
You knew what I meant.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, boy. When you turn around, you're grinning.
It's disgusting.
I'm going for a quick walk. My legs are asleep.
Yeah, I'm getting ready to go eat.
You want to eat the lactation and then go ahead.
Sorry, Functional just got a KFC on the screen, and suddenly my stomach has decided it's hungry. I'm like, oh, is that dinner?
Yeah, KFC is good.
So do we have anything else from the insane person who wants to just get rid of grading?
Yep. So this guy's call to action was for students to consider the language they use and question how what they do in college is another version of what he described as society's long-standing, inherited, structured, normalized, eugenic, and white supremacist projects.
Whoa.
Jesus, that's a lot of
Who's
comments.
doing eugenics?
Can you?
I am
Planned Parenthood.
Can this dude use any more buzzwords?
I know.
I think that's what he's doing. Is he's trying to just go for how many buzzwords can I put in one sentence? Are we sure this person isn't a Poe? Because the only people I've seen actually do shit like that are people like Godfrey Elwick or Tatiana McGrath.
Yeah, the next step is how many times he brings up Hitler in a conversation, because that is where that language is going.
I heard the guy who shot him was a great fella.
We've got more buzzwords
supposedly
coming.
he shot him.
himself.
Supposedly
There's-
he shot himself.
There's the joke.
We've got more buzzwords coming.
He escaped through Spain, then went from Spain through Norway, then to Argentina.
So yeah,
Are you really
Holy
watching
crap.
that stupid ass TV show, Skittles?
Have you seen Titler?
Yes, I have seen Titler.
focus.
Focusing.
Focus, blind girls.
Okay, how do we innovate ourselves out of this historical racist project so that we are engineering together a bigger, more diverse, more equitable, braver, more beneficent tomorrow? He even put stunning and brave in there.
Holy fucking word salad. If I roll
Man, he's
my
just
eyes
ticking
any
off
harder,
He's
Yeah.
just
If I roll-
buzzword thingy.
Yes.
if I roll my eyes any harder, I'm gonna be as blind as you.
There's a saying, I wish I was a peacock so I could roll all 80 of my eyes simultaneously.
Yeah. This is just like fucking buzzword bingo right now.
So
That
his,
is it. We need to look into that. We need to look into that. That'll be fun.
his presentation,
Buzzword bingo.
which included a question and answer session, was in front of a packed crowd. Some students attended as part of a class assignment. We have to take field notes for English 220. Language and society, where we relate what we are talking about in class to real life examples. And that talk was one of them. Some random person stated. She said
Yep.
she agreed with what he said about grading in terms of motivating students. Grades within themselves often take away from the learning process as the focus becomes more about memorization of information rather than learning and exploring the information. I mean, I can agree with
That's
that
more-
statement.
It's kind of
Welcome to
the
the
way the
American
system
education
works.
system. Welcome to the American education system. But no, that is absolutely a thing that happens. Is you have to go to like these fucking lectures and stuff. It's like I remember part of one of my classes was I had to go to like a presentation on why illegal immigration is good and shit. Oh, it was just, and I had to go there and like fucking write a report on it.
Like, I wish that teachers taught a bit more so the class understood, so that they could learn how to critically think. I wish that you know, they could absorb knowledge and learn it, not just regurgitate it. I wish that were a thing, but
Yeah,
I think there's just too many students and teachers to do that.
Yeah, that would and that would also require like an entire the system we have is not set up for that. It's basically our education system is we tell you this, you tell us it back. You fill out the standardized test. You showed up. Congratulations. Congratulations, you are now educated. That's the thing with like the education system as a whole is it's set up to teach you what to think instead of how to think.
Yeah. But all in all, Marxists are really frustrating.
Yeah.
Well, I knew I was in bad shape when I had Indians correcting me.
Oh dear God.
Dots or
Yeah.
feathers?
Huh?
Dot Indian or feather
Dots.
Indian? Dots. Oh.
Dots. Because they stress education over there.
Oh yeah. Yeah, my uncle's Indian. He's a chief cardiologist at a hospital.
Yeah, unless you're speaking right.
And I just told him it was Southern English.
It's the white version of Ebonics.
Yep.
Weebonics.
Woo woo. Oh wait, no, you said, what'd you say?
Weebonics.
I thought you said weeb onyx.
No, Weebonics.
I worry about you.
I worry about myself a lot too.
Are you picking a lock?
I was.
Yeah,
I gave up.
I was kind of watching. I'm slightly wondering. First, you know, not to be trusted with lethal weapons, and now you're.
I
planning on
can't
breaking
actually pick
facilities.
locks. I suck
Okay.
at it. And it's my lock, and I have the key to it somewhere. Well, actually, the key is actually on my
Now,
keychain.
unless you're static and not a noob.
Most padlocks are pretty easy to break. You don't actually need to know how to pick locks.
Yeah, I could easily break it, but I still want to
Called
use
a
it.
blowtorch.
I don't have one. They won't
Bolt-
trust me with one.
A pair of bolt cutters. They won't trust you with a blowtorch. I wonder why.
Yeah, I'm not surprised with that at all. Let's keep Green Thunder away from open flames.
No, I need flame every once in a while. I have to play with it. It's my friend. I need to stop talking.
I'm worried
Yeah,
about
you do.
I'm worried about you.
You are digging a hole for yourself, Green Thunder, and eventually no one will be able to.
I
get
ain't
you
found
out of
China
it.
yet. Let's go deeper.
Let's future
Focusing.
arsonists in the making.
Yeah.
No, I only burn wood. That is.
That's houses, buildings, forest.
Well, the last wood I used burnt was just cut-offs from when I was making that wooden sword.
That's the beginning.
Focus. Focus. Back to the news.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, this is supposed to be a news show, not the what's wrong with.
Well, that will come up in the news at some point, but it's not there yet.
Yep.
So, most people got this either yesterday or this morning about Trump's latest troll against Biden, which is kind of
Yep.
hilarious. So the Trump campaign trolled Biden by purchasing his Latino voter website. So I guess you had a website for Latinos, And he announced it, but they didn't bother purchasing the, I guess, the site address
The
or whatever.
domain name.
Yeah, they didn't
That
purchase
is
the
a
domain
rookie
name
move.
before they announced it, so the Trump campaign bought it. And they're essentially using Joe Biden's own things against him now, which is kind of funny.
Yeah, it's like totosconbiden.com.
Yeah,
I
let me
think it
check
was
this. Yep. Oops, Joe forgot about Latinos. Joe is all talk. Vamos and let's go. Paid for by Donald J. Trump for President Inc. www.donaldjtrump.com.
Yep.
Fucking President Mad Lad, the shit poster in chief.
Oh, what was it? I was watching a live stream like a few years ago, and they mentioned a website they wanted to start, and before they could get to it, their fans had already got it and snatched it up.
Oh, yeah.
I'm glad I don't have such shitty fans. Stealing my ideas from me, as if it's funny.
Oh, it's a great troll.
It's terrible. It's terrible.
Yeah, it's
You know,
not. It's
well,
not
I
a
mean-
great troll. Seriously, it's one thing to troll, but you don't take away from somebody who's trying to grow their channel and do everything. Like that's
Well-
cruel.
Well, it was
This-
like, I mean, I like in that. Wait, how big was that? What was the full context of it? Because that's going to depend a lot on whose side I take on this.
It was Rooster Teeth.
Oh yeah, they got plenty of money. They'll
Yeah,
be
they
fine.
do.
But
Wait, they screwed
Yeah, it
over
was-
Rooster Teeth? Why?
Rooster Teeth?
I love
Yeah,
Rooster
they-
Teeth.
I love Rooster Teeth too.
Rooster Teeth is great. I
Yeah.
used to be only on Rooster Teeth, and then some bullshit happened where someone was stealing PayPal information, and I couldn't renew my subscription, so I said fuck it and moved over to YouTube.
I love Rooster Teeth. I love Ruby. And Red versus Blue.
Yeah.
I have the first
It's not
two
red.
seasons somewhere.
Remember, it's not pink. It's lightish red.
Exactly.
Oh, I used to have This Is the Worst Shirt Ever of all time. I think I lost that in the move.
I used to have a Puma shirt. So stop making up fictional animals? Puma? Yeah? No, of course not.
Chupa thingy.
So, yeah.
You know someone's actually built the Warthog?
What?
Somebody took the time to build the freaking warthog, seriously?
Legitimate. It goes around to conventions all the time. Like, legitimately, the Warthog is a thing. It's
That's pretty
gigantic
cool.
because it's scaled off the freaking 6 foot, 7 foot freaking John 117.
Yeah,
Okay then. I'm yawning now too. Oh crap.
So, is there anything more about Joe Biden? and
no,
Trump?
I didn't really go into much depth other than he trolled him and that was about it. Oh, and he made a Twitter handle as well, so now there's a parody account that also is trolling the fuck out of Biden.
yeah, it's like that reminds me of that time when Ersky patented the word got the copyright on the word liberalist because Sargon was trying to use that as his movement before Gamergate 2.
That's just dick move.
Oh gosh.
You know what? I actually that was back when I actually liked that game. That was back when I was a Warski fan. I actually liked his game plan. It was month 1 day. It was a 6-month plan. Month 1, day 1, make fun of idiots and steal their stupid word. Month 6, day 1, win.
Okay, I actually found an interesting piece of news, if I can. It's comes out of British Columbia. It says young Canadians file lawsuit against government over climate change.
Oh my fucking god.
More than a dozen young Canadian activists have filed a lawsuit against the federal government over climate change, claiming Ottawa has violated their fundamental rights by contributing to the warming planet and demanding a national plan. The lawsuit from the group of 15 youths who ranged from the ages of 10 to 19 is the latest in a new legal strategy looking to hold the governments across the planet accountable for the consequences of climate change. The plaintiffs stood together in the steps of the Vancouver Art Gallery to announce the lawsuit, introducing themselves one after another by their age, name, home, and climate fears. Each spoke about losing their everyday culture to consequences of a changing environment. I don't want to die before I even get a chance to live, one guy whose name I can't pronounce, who's 13 years old, told an applauding crowd. The children and teens are claiming they have suffered specific individualized injuries due to climate change and high greenhouse gas emissions in the country. They claim government has infringed on their constitutional rights to life, liberty, and security of the person by standing idle as the climate shifts.
You know, I have a top 10 list for times the world was supposed to end. Number 2 was June 6, 2006. Number 1 would have to be the December 12th, or not December 12th.
And
December
21st.
31st, 2012.
Yeah.
Just
21st.
Mayans ran out of paper. Oh no, there's
Just
no
a-
more calendar.
Eminem, is
finish
that you
this-
banging your leg?
He's
Head.
banging his head against the desk.
Stop it!
And at the very end of the article, you see a small smirking Greta Thunberg, and they said the lawsuit was filed ahead of a climate strike in Vancouver, which will be attended by Swedish climate activist Greta Thunberg, who stood quietly along the plaintiffs, smirking as they, well, I'm saying she's smirking because I'm looking at the picture, alongside the plaintiffs as they made their speeches Friday. So the whole thing was masterminded by Greta Thunberg.
I don't think it was masterminded by her. It was probably masterminded by the manipulative cunts like her parents.
Well, she
Yeah,
drives a Tesla, an electric Tesla, okay? BC
Man,
already
that-
has minus weather and snow.
Yeah, once again, you ever see a lithium mine? That fucking hurt.
But that's
Yeah, but
the
what I
first
mean
time
is-
I've ever heard of
Electric
someone
cars
filing
can't
human-
go through cold weather like that, so I'm
No.
wondering at one point, is the car going to stop running?
Hopefully,
that's actually a good
hopefully when she's in the middle of nowhere and no one can come find her and help her.
I hope she does what everyone who lives in cold weather does. Keep a blanket in your car and maybe some water, but, well, maybe not water because that stuff freezes and bursts and then it gets
if you
everywhere.
put it in a thermos, then you're okay. But the thing is that what I want to know is this an actionable class lawsuit that's going to like the Human Rights Tribunal? Because that's seriously fucked up if that's true. Because they're claiming that the environment has basically like attacked them, and they're suing the government. over the
there is in no
environment.
way.
Like,
There's
who
in-
is the assailant here?
I mean, I'm no Nick Rackets, but there is no way in hell any of this is actually actionable.
They're trying to make it actionable, and I don't know because it's Vancouver.
How much money do they want? That's the real question. How much money are they trying to get? How much free money are they trying to get out of it?
Go back.
That's the actual question here.
Dude.
They're just trying to. It doesn't say how much money they're trying to get. They're trying to get. They're basically just going to keep doing this until the government comes through. Let's see. Where is it? CBC. Oh gosh. I have to find this again.
You know, I do my
Jumped off
part to
my-
help the
jumped off my
environment.
browser.
You know what? I'm gonna go grab my white Bic lighter and do my best Kurt Cobain impression.
No, you're not.
Wait, you're good.
Focus.
Don't do that.
But yeah, I do my part for the environment. I don't pollute. In fact, I'm starting recycling. By recycling, I mean I'm grabbing metal from a dump site in the woods and recycle and using it.
Okay.
So is that all on that?
Yeah, give me 1 second. I'm just gonna try to see if I can find this stupid thing again.
Yes, Big Joe, Chink Uger is annoying.
Find out how much they're asking for compensation.
You know I didn't mean that, right? I hope he knows that I wasn't being serious.
All right. Well, while you guys are leaving dead air, I'll just go back to what I was
Yeah.
going to read.
Yeah. Go.
So, update to the transgender 7-year-old.
Oh yes.
Which I am super excited about. So, as per a ruling issued by a Texas judge, a 7-year-old child is to remain under a joint management or joint custody of both mother and the father. So while the jury had said, listen, we're going to give sole custody to mom, the judge actually ruled joint custody. And so the father of the child has been trying to prevent the boy from undergoing gender transition, while he has been championed by the mother of the biological male. And so the judge actually gave the father the ability to step in and say no at any point in time. If the mom wants to do something, she needs his permission to do it, and vice versa. So, I mean, this could get really, really shaky, because I know, especially up in Canada, they hesitate on joint custody ruling if people can't get along, because then a decision is never made and the child can't kind of move forward in life with the decisions. So they're probably going to end up back in a courtroom very, very soon about this. But it's better than the other outcome of mom gets sole custody and gets to transition him and dad has no say. Like, I'm surprised and I'm happy about this, because I think both parents need to, figure things out together, not alienate one from the kid. But I don't think that this joint custody ruling is going to last. They're probably going to be in court really soon, just because they're going to be contrarians to each other. One person may say something, the other one will agree, and they're going to say the opposite, or they're going to go, no, just because that's my ex and I don't like him, or that's my ex and I don't like her, or differences in politics.
She's basically already doing it. Was basically already doing that.
Well, yeah, I mean, I don't condone transitioning a child, especially one that cannot consent, but I do understand two people that have different point of views on the opposite side of the ocean trying to meet in the middle somewhere.
I gotta say, I'm really glad that you brought this news story up, because my Babylon Bee article is gonna fit in perfectly.
Uh-huh.
Oh,
I like the article I posted.
I just wanted to add, I did find it, this is actionable. The 15 youth are represented by the law firms of Arve Finlay LLP and Tilfelson Law Corporation, and are partnered by the Pacific Center of Environmental Law and Litigation, as well as the David Suzuki Foundation and Our Children's Trust. So it is actually going to court as a human rights issue.
I need the way
they're not saying how much money they're asking for.
Is the way lawsuits work in Canada similar to how it is in the U.S., where that's like a public document and anyone can get their hands on it?
Not necessarily the Human Rights Tribunal. They can put gag orders. Like, for example, they had a gag order of Yaniv for about a year about things, until Yaniv spilled the beans on Twitter, and then they lifted said gag order.
Exactly.
Now with gag orders, do they use dirty or clean socks?
Oh, God.
Well, a lot
is it
of
a
times,
red or a blue ball gag?
A lot of times it's at the discretion of the person. Like, for example, if it's an assault trial or whatever, the defendant can choose, or sorry, the complainant can choose to have the gag order placed on media. It becomes a media gag. So as a result, it's not quite the same as like it's just being hidden. It's just.
Well, since
so it depends on the nature of the trial.
Yeah, since you're a Canadian, could you do me a big favor and see if you can get your hands on that, or on like a copy of that, so that
the problem is it costs money. It costs
shit.
Because if you if you want actual transcripts from trial, you have to pay. I think it's $1,500.
Oh no, I don't want the actual transcription. I just want to see what the actual document says, what the lawsuit actually says. I'll do some snooping around, see if I can.
Yeah,
find it.
if I can find it, I'll look. Like, I'm pretty good with doing research, but I think right now they just they're being represented. I don't know if anything has been formally filed, but I know they have formally obtained counsel. So obviously something's been filed. Whether or not that is being released publicly is debatable, because generally until it goes to it's all the paperwork is filed by both sides and there's enough, it's not something that can be publicly obtained. So I'll do my best and see what I can figure out, and I'll send you whatever information.
If it's like publicly available, I would really like to take a read through that.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Because I can only imagine. Because, oh my god.
Yeah, no, they're suing them, and they're suing them for like basically grievous bodily harm by the environment. So I don't know exactly how that. Well, they're saying that the government has caused the climate change to cause them grievous individual bodily harm. That's why they're taking it to the tribunal.
They're blaming the wrong government.
That has a very specific legal definition. Causing someone grievous bodily harm, that has a very specific legal definition to it. Oh my god.
The fact that they're letting
They should be suing China.
Yeah, they should be. They're hoping, I think that according to the article, they said they're hoping that they're going to get India and China on board and other things by because they're taking it. They're taking it to court, so they're trying to make it have more power than it actually does. I think in order to sort of scare other countries.
Yeah, because like looking at this, there's. Because it's like one, it's like Big Drove pointed this out in the chat earlier. Let me see if I can find it. Yeah, Canada. 1.5%. Yeah, Canada's just is 1.5% of all greenhouse gases. It's like it's like any country that's actually going to let something like this happen is not one that's doing any kind of environmental damage, in this grand scale. Countries like China and India, something like this would never fucking happen, and for some reason we're not allowed to mention that those two create the most environmental damage.
Well, obviously you're being racist against the Indian and yellow people.
Well, let's get back to like Blind Girl's got her news, so let's get back to that.
She's getting tea right now.
No, she finished her tea. She needs to rein everyone back in. So let's go back.
She said we have 10 minutes while she makes her tea, and then she's gonna rein everyone back in.
Oh, okay. So we can go.
Yeah. So.
Okay. All right.
I just can't.
Anybody?
Because I don't want to hide.
Yeah. I'm just surprised something like this actually is able to happen.
Too. I actually am surprised too, because it's very hard to do a human rights. It is not easy to file against it.
This just seems like a bunch of kids who have been radicalized by being scared shitless by their parents about this, who are trying to get their 15 minutes of fame and probably try to get some money. 5. Do we have 5 minutes now or 5, 4? Oh, 4.
She should do the countdown.
3. 2. 1.
Guys, good now? You got it out of your system? We're good now?
Yeah, we were actually discussing like the lawsuit and stuff. We were still being productive and doing relevant stuff. Yeah, when you're not here's the one time when you give us time to run rampant is the time we don't want to.
Oh no. I was sitting here the whole time and I said, they're probably not gonna notice if I go make some tea. And if that happens and I come back and they're still talking, I'm gonna get Trucker to shove his foot right up all their asses. It's gonna be great. Anyways.
While we were waiting.
My ass is not that big.
All right.
I
So
don't know. The human anus can stretch up to 7 inches.
Okay,
without
focus.
It will be.
all right.
Did anybody hear what the U.S. said about TikTok?
What did they say? Also, hi, Red.
Huh?
What did they say?
Yeah, somebody needs to look up that article.
All
Bring
right.
it up.
All right, somebody be a co-host and look at that article. Well, I laugh at this random bit of karma because a circus bear has mauled a Russian trainer in front of horrified onlookers at the circus, which I thought was just a good form of nature getting justice right there. So onlookers at a Russian circus were horrified Wednesday after a 660-pound brown bear attacked its handler. Foreign Russian name was performing with the foreign Russian bear before the bear turned on him. He slammed the trainer to the ground while biting his arm. The bear then ventured into the audience area before it was subdued with an electric shocker. Neither the trainer nor the bear were seriously injured. I was just like, you know what? I like nature karma. It's good.
I think the bear did wanted a higher pay raise.
I just posted the link to the TikTok thingy.
This isn't the story that I found, but I found another one that's also pretty terrifying.
No,
National security risk, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, the national security one and another one.
Let's focus on what Crappy Slayer asked about. Let's focus.
I know.
All right, so where did you post the link?
In the private chat in StreamYards.
There's one in private, and Trucker did one in the group of DM.
Thank you, Trucker. Yeah, so, okay, TikTok raises national security concerns in Congress as Schumer Cotton asks for federal review. Wait, what? Wow.
Yeah, apparently they're investigating a national security threat by TikTok.
I kind of have to interrupt. Is anyone near Cryptic? He needs a ride home. He's drunk. And hello.
Hey, Cryptic. Two senior members of Congress, Senate Minority Leader Charles E. Schumer and Senator Tom Cotton. Tom Cotton from Arkansas, that's just too easy. Anyways, asked U.S. intelligence officials late Wednesday to determine whether the Chinese-owned social networking app TikTok poses national security risks. I'm sure it probably does. It's from China, so wouldn't be fucking surprised. So in a letter to Joseph McQuire, the acting director of national intelligence, the lawmakers questioned TikTok's data collection practices and whether the app adheres to censorship rules directed by the Chinese government that could limit what U.S. users see. TikTok, which provides users a feed of short videos, has become widely popular among teenagers worldwide. Well, if they're controlling the flow of content, I haven't seen it yet. Yeah, I know, blind joke, but I haven't seen it yet only because,
I keep hearing about them taking down videos that even remotely show a knife or have firearms in it.
Is this why Vine went down? I'm wondering,
I think someone bought Vine.
Okay. And what about Snapchat? Because doesn't Snapchat kind of work the same way? Like, cause you
Another
can see
one rides the bus. No.
They don't care. Okay,
So
they don't care.
So it's just
They don't
TikTok.
care.
No. Okay. So just anything to control the social media. Okay. I mean, not okay, but I mean, what else is new, I guess, with the government?
They don't care about
finish your sentence. I just was about to say because there was silence. Wait, now why do I hear stuff but I don't hear people? Okay, now I hear people. Okay.
Trucker's mute, and we lost Elwin. I need to look up the song Red Feather just brought up.
Okay, so
I
with
haven't heard that
over
one.
110 million downloads in the US alone, TikTok is a potential counterintelligence threat we cannot ignore, wrote Schumer. And Cotton, who sits on the Senate Intelligence Committee. Given those concerns, we ask that the intelligence community conduct an assessment of the national security risks posed by TikTok and other China-based content platforms. Which, I mean, if they were really worried about, like, Chinese, like, interference and counterintelligence, like they haven't really been acting like it.
Have you been on TikTok? I haven't found any intelligence.
I mean...
Also, Trucker, are you here? Elwin's backstage.
Yeah, I just... the article and it kicked me off the... No.
So, where were we?
Well, I just... Yeah, it is because TikTok's a Chinese-owned company.
Okay.
You know, you could have finished your sentence. I just said and then I stopped because there was a bit of silence and we both started at the same time, you know.
Oh.
Yes, because it's owned by a Beijing company, and it could be compelled by the Chinese government to turn over user data, such as location, data, cookies, metadata, and more.
Which...
Even if it's on servers it owns in the United States. Okay, so...
Well, what do you do if you're on the internet? Your privacy is pretty much irrelevant.
Non-existent.
Mostly because of Facebook.
China owns like a large quantity of a lot of things in the States, and I mean we have a lot of things being made over in China, and so like when the Democrats say like
Red Feather.
When the Democrats are saying stuff like this is a national security risk, TikTok, we're going to investigate it, but then they ignore every other thing that the Chinese has been doing. And then when Trump says, okay, I'm going to sanction the fuck out of these guys and we're gonna have a trade war, and they go, no, you can't offend the Chinese, but then they're going, but they're also a national security risk. It's like you have to pick a lane. It's either we have to worry about China or we don't have to worry about China. You can't kind of do both when it suits you.
You know, the last stupid thing I've seen labeled a security risk? Furbies.
Wait, what?
Really?
Yeah, you didn't know this? Furbies were not I don't know if they're still not allowed, but they told employees not to bring Furbies into government buildings because they thought they had recording devices.
much like every smartphone has.
Yeah.
Yeah, they stopped caring about recording devices apparently.
Well, I mean, what about the child watch? Like, have you ever seen those? That they have children's Apple Watches where they have a little GPS in them and it has a two-way communication with the parent. And it shows you, like, where they are on a map. And if they're going to be, like, for example, late from school, they can tap and go, hey, Mom, I'm going to be late from school. So you're not freaking out, where the fuck is my kid? Or if they're at the playground and they decided to ignore the fact that the streetlights came on, you can be like, get your fucking ass home through the Apple Watch.
Have you seen the way kids play today? No one goes outside. It's a shame.
Okay, check us
So
outside all the
Tucker,
time.
yeah, Tucker posted the Washington Post one on illegally collecting children's data. That's so TikTok is being sued 5.7 million for it because children use it to like make little movies.
Yeah, I put the link in the group.
So I guess children can't be
I
on
haven't
the
seen any
internet.
children on.
Yeah, no, it's
Exploitation.
according to this, it's for illegally collecting the names, email addresses, pictures, and locations of kids under 13. Yeah, there's like some child privacy laws where it's like there's very specific rules
That
about
makes sense.
that kind of shit.
It's a whole because children can't consent, no matter how much the maps want it to be that way.
It's the same laws that Amazon is accused of breaking.
Yeah, and
With
honestly,
Twitch.
I'm just gonna say that's kind of on the parents. If you're letting your parent, you're giving your child a smartphone and letting them go to town online, you might want to be rethinking your parenting skills.
Yeah, you should actually parent if you have kids, and not just let them go.
Yeah, they have like parental controls on the internet for children for a reason.
There is a point in the kid's life when you do need to let them go, but that's around 18, maybe 16 if they're mature enough. But before that, you need to monitor them closely.
Yeah, because you don't know, like you a 10-year-old who thinks it's going to be fun to do a twerking video, you don't know what kind of sick people are
That just
are
sounds
watching.
completely
Okay,
not
that baby
right.
shark twerk was really cool.
I don't want to see a 10-year-old twerking. In fact, I don't really care. Well,
It was
there are
baby
some
shark.
women that I've seen twerk real good.
It was cute. It was baby shark.
Yeah.
Okay, that was good.
Do.
Yep. Lots of do's. All right. So, an update to the story that we've been kind of covering for about 3 days. 3 people have been arrested in connection with the 39 dead bodies found in the UK truck. So 3 people, which included 2 men and a woman, were arrested in connection with the discovery of 39 dead bodies in a refrigerated trailer in southeastern part of England. The police said that the 3 have been arrested on suspicion of manslaughter and conspiracy to traffic people. So I guess it was a trafficking thing.
Yeah, that's pretty sick.
Although, I mean,
Like, what were
suspicion
they-
means they don't know yet.
Yeah. No, I
Not gonna
highly
say
doubt
that.
a bunch of people would willingly go into a refrigerator. Like that's kind of I mean, how bad is your life that that's the only way that you can think to get out? Like there's got to be other coyotes that could probably take you in a non-refrigerated container.
I mean, it's China. If they can get out, the way they can get out is the way they can get out. That got away from me.
Yeah, it was probably it's probably defectors going along like the human trafficking chains that exist all across the world.
Yeah.
Okay, so 1 of the people found dead in the back of the truck near London might have originally come from Vietnam, a Vietnamese human rights activist has said. Foreign person, age 26, sent a text message to her mother saying she could not breathe at about the time the truck container was en route from Belgium to Britain. And from the Human Rights Tribunal's Human Rights Space, a civic network based in Vietnam, said It was told on the news that all 39 people were Chinese, but this girl's family is trying to verify if their daughter was among them, as the last dying text from her was coincidentally in time. She wrote on Twitter, our contract is getting more our contact is getting more alerts that there could be more Vietnamese people in the truck, because I guess they couldn't tell them apart, I guess.
All humans look ugly as hell to me.
Yeah. So, the bodies...
Cassandra,
Yeah.
move the mic away from your nose, please.
Sorry.
The bodies were found in the truck container at an industrial estate. It's having arrived in Britain about an hour and a half earlier after being shipped from a port in Belgium. I'm sorry, Mom. My path to abroad doesn't succeed. Mom, I love you so much. I'm dying because I can't breathe. I'm from foreign place. I am sorry, Mom. The last message that one of the victims sent from the truck. British police have said the 39 victims were all believed to be Chinese nationals, but this girl went to China and planned to go to England via France. A contact with her family told me, and I guess she didn't make it. So yeah, that's all they have on that one. But it was, oh my God, there's more things, so I had to talk about the more things. There's more things. Wait, there's a Facebook post I saved. If it actually loads.
We need to get the audience to post more stuff to the Discord.
Oh. You think they'd be able to find such good quality articles like me?
Probably not, but audience participation is great.
Okay, audience, you want to send me stuff to read? Go for it. Just please, no embarrassing blind articles.
Yes, embarrassing blind articles.
Playground for the elderly boosts activity and decreases loneliness. Take your elder to the park today.
Is it like just slides that hold more weight?
I need to call my dad and tell him this.
I've got one that I found on Facebook. Someone sent me. Boston man sues Dyson for $2.3 million after being partially emasculated by a vacuum cleaner. He
stuck his dick in a vacuum, didn't he?
Yes, he did.
Yes, he did.
And he was transported to the Boston Medical Center last month, where he necessitated a 96-hour-long surgical procedure, costing him more than $1.26 million in medical fees with no insurance. Surgeons were forced to remove one of the testicles as well as the top of his penis, requiring 37 stitches and leaving him practically impotent.
No.
Apparently, I need to tell you humans this. Males, don't stick your dick where it doesn't belong, and females, stop shoving stuff up your cooch. Seriously.
Paragraph 1.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so I will remind people that I found an article about an elderly playground. Oh, God.
I think I forgot to put my notes today.
Okay, so somebody recently came up with the idea to build playgrounds for the elderly, and trucker, and this is just such a wonderful ideal. Sorry. It's normal that as you grow older, you grow a lot more sedentary and especially a lot more lonely. So for years, playgrounds have been primarily for children and teens to enjoy for daily activity, but now seniors can participate outside too. That's right, you can unlock your elderly cages and let them out into the light. I'm sure they even have little pens with pigeons that they can feed. I'm sorry, I'm being a dick. So of course,
Oh my god.
most senior citizens can't jump around, run, and hang off the monkey bars. Oh, why not? You know what? I bet you somebody could.
They
I have
can't,
seen
they
some
can't if they stay in
fit
shape.
9-year-olds.
However, these senior-specific playgrounds have low-impact equipment that helps them to remain active and improve their balance. They can also enjoy using exercise bikes, cross trainers, flex runners, sit-up benches, and other pieces. So this sounds
Okay,
like an
none of
outdoor
those
gym.
none of those things that were listed are anything that are enjoy that the word enjoy using belongs in the same sentence with.
I need to
Unless
get
it's
me a
preceded
medicine
by nobody enjoys using.
With health problems such as depression, anxiety, and diabetes. Loneliness only makes them worse, so elderly people in Asia and Europe already have their own senior citizen specific playgrounds. Back in 1995, someone built a park in China to help ease things for the elderly, so they have been around for quite some time.
So I've heard of Kids Corner. Was this going to be like Geezer Alley, or I don't know? Someone find some good old person place name.
Arthritis Lane
No.
would be great.
That too.
Arthritis Alley.
There you
Because
go.
that way you have the alliteration.
True.
So while the U.S. is slower in progress, look at the dig, a nonprofit called Kaboom builds playgrounds. Kaboom? I don't know if I would trust that for elderly. Just Kaboom.
It's run by Muslims. Disavow.
Or more like just I've fallen and I can't get up. Kaboom. But okay. Builds playgrounds for children. Today they are working closely with the Humana Foundation, okay, to help transform old parks into a beautiful and useful place for the elderly. Yay! Alright, so what's with the vacuum cleaner?
Don't know. She popped out.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say,
I
let's
do
get to
have
the
a
next.
question for you.
Okay.
How does everyone here feel about those parking machines?
What parking machines?
You stuck your coin in to park there?
Okay.
Oh, the parking meters?
Yeah, that.
I'm sure
Pain in
nobody
the
likes them.
ass.
Well,
Pain in the ass.
I need to
Fuck
open
them.
Discord. I should have actually opened this. It's a short article. Someone apparently did $5,000 worth of damage by painting them and also shoving expanding foam in them.
I love how those things probably cost more than they actually bring in. Actually, no, those things can bring in especially when you have like blocks and blocks of streets that are just lined with those. Yeah, those bring in a lot of money, but
It's short, so I should be able to read this. Bloomington police officers were working to track down the person responsible for vandalizing 125 parking meters in
that explains
the downtown area. A parking enforcement officer discovered the crime this morning. Police say someone spray painting meters pink and green and filled the coin and card slots with expanding foam. They estimate it will cost around $5,000 to fix the damage. It got out of my, or I got out of my car and I walked around, Jesus, and there was spray from insulation coming out of all of the holes, and it was crazy. Alice McHaley said, McHaley works downtown. She discovered the mess this morning. The parking meters inspector are located around the square. I give up.
You need help there, Green?
I read the most of it. The rest of it's just filler. That was half.
Okay. All right. All right, let's check out some chat.
That's my reading, ladies and gentlemen. It sucks.
I will send you a pic of my feet.
Yeah, I think he said that around the time suggested that people fill the Discord with news articles, but apparently Cryptic's feed is great news.
Yeah.
Where's that one? Because I'm like really morbidly curious about the dick in the vacuum thing. I'll be right back.
The funny thing about the expanding foam in the thing, it looks like someone stuck a tampon in the coin slot because of the way the foam came out.
Chick-fil-A, popularized Popeyes, made it spicy viral. Apparently, Chick-fil-A and Popeyes are in a sandwich war.
Well, they're basically work in the same field. They're chicken places.
Yeah, so one of them is
Except for
freaking terrible.
Popeyes is okay. Well, actually, I never had Popeyes. It's not around here.
It's terrible. At least the ones they brought to Canada is terrible.
Well, your Canadian chicken probably sucks.
They're not that bad.
Gobble gobble, eh?
Thank you, Green. Thank you.
Eh? I'm sorry. I couldn't resist.
So yeah, I don't know. They're apparently the chicken sandwiches are fighting with each other, and a bunch of commercial flights from the U.S. to Cuba have been canceled for some reason.
So what's happening is Popeyes put out a chicken sandwich that is supposed to be on par, if not better than Chick-fil-A. Now, Popeyes sandwich has been immensely popular. If it's good or if it's better than Chick-fil-A's, I can't say. I never tried it, but that's what this is based off, I'll bet you.
Well, I remember 4 years ago, Canada was all like, oh my god, guess what? What? We're getting a Popeyes and it's gonna be freaking awesome. And then all the Canadians lined up around the block for the day of it opening, and well, most people were just like, this is terrible.
So it was a similar scene as to what we just saw with Chick-fil-A coming in, except for there was no retards protesting it.
Yeah, pretty much.
And also people actually come back to
Yeah, see, people actually
come back
liked
to Chick-fil-A.
their Chick-fil-A experience, whereas Popeyes, everybody's just like, yeah, no. So, yeah, Popeyes, now there's only one left. There was 3 in Ottawa, and I think there's only, like, 1, and it's pretty run down, and it's only been 4 years. It's turning into, like, the Burger King scene, where it's just ghetto light.
Well, yeah, it's a Popeyes.
Canada thought it was all the rave. We thought we were getting America's chicken. Which I went, don't we already have KFC? Can you just not? Like...
No, Chick-fil-A is America's chicken. It's God's chosen chicken.
Which is why they're not open on Sunday.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Which,
that
by
was
the
like...
way, I saw once Chick-fil-A just throwing massive shade at Wendy's. on Twitter. It was like a Chick-fil-A voted America's number one chicken or number one fast food place for like the 5th year running, and they were just like imagine if we were open on Sundays, so we had to give places like at Wendy's a chance to participate, and then Wendy's just replied saying, "Your mom's a hoe."
And what way does my mother look like a garden implement?
And a garden implement?
Implement?
Fine, garden tool. What do you want from me? I screwed it up, okay?
Does not
maybe
words
I
speak.
should try said Popeye's new sandwich that rivals the Chick-fil-A. And I will tell you how it tastes, and then you can describe the Chick-fil-A taste, and we'll see if maybe I've come closer to Chicken of the Gods.
I was about to say, I'll go there's a Chick-fil-A and a Popeyes directly next to each other, like a matter of blocks from me.
How dare you living in the city asshole?
Wait a minute, maybe skip the
I'm
dishes
hardly in the
Popeyes
city,
on
but-
here. Let's see if I can find it.
I'm hardly in the city, but I could probably just get a sandwich from each of them. And we can do like a side-by-side taste comparison, do like the Pepsi challenge with that shit.
Yeah, okay, so apparently there's no Popeyes close to me that I could order said chicken from, so I'm not even going to try this anymore. Fuck it. Nope. I'm too lazy to go find one.
I'll try it eventually I'll try it eventually.
Uh-huh. Yeah, so, that's the thing. And then apparently there's a bunch of flights canceled to Cuba, which...
And boy, are those arms tired.
I'm not dinging that.
No, that does not deserve a ding. In fact, it deserves an anti-ding.
I'm not
I
quite
don't
sure
know how you do that.
what the motive for this is, but Trump administration suspends U.S. commercial flights to 9 destinations in Cuba except Havana.
Are we gonna do the embargo shit with them again?
The cigar, no.
Cuban cigars are overrated.
Yeah, they are.
You got anything on this, Tracker?
Well, it really shouldn't have been. To be honest, it really shouldn't have been lifted to begin with, considering it was put in place because of Castro, or not necessarily Castro, but the communist government. But considering when Fidel died, Raul took over, and isn't Raul still the president leader?
Dictator, yeah.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I don't know much about Cuba.
To be fair, I mean, whatever reason they lifted it really should not have been lifted, except for
Thanks, Obama.
Yeah, pretty much Obama did it. He did it as a political stunt. Now, that being the case, whether he bans airline flights back or not, it's not like they've been doing it long enough to be that different anyway.
Yeah. Does anyone
by the
want
way,
to go to Cuba?
And since we mentioned, or since it's brought up, most of the best Cuban cigar makers went to the Dominican Republic and Florida decades ago.
Jamaican cigars are pretty good, but yeah, fun little piece of trivia about when that embargo was signed. Before it happened, JFK told one of his foreign affairs guys, "Get me as many Cuban cigars as you can." And when he came back, he said, when the guy came back, he said, "Did you get them?" He said, "Yeah." Kennedy asked, "Did you get them?" And the guy said, "Yeah, I got 10,000." And Kennedy said, "Great." Pulls the embargo out of his desk and signs it.
Wouldn't be surprised.
But I don't really know much about Cuba other than Cuba bad.
By the way, Ellen has major technical difficulty.
Oh, okay.
or major.
Cuba used to be nice until the goddamn colonies took over.
Well, and I mean, I know that a lot of Canadians used to love to go to Cuba because it was cheap.
Well, collapsing communist nations are great to go on vacation to because as first world money goes so far there.
Yeah, although I would worry that, there'd be a lot of crime. You'd probably need to bring, like, a Gatling gun.
Probably.
Like, seriously. So, I've been, like, debating if I want to talk about the mass shooting at the Russian base.
Is the mass shooting at a Russian base now?
Yeah, a Russian soldier goes on mass killing spree at military base. So yeah, a Russian soldier allegedly shot dead 8 of his fellow servicemen Friday at a military base in... I can't pronounce that. 2 others were injured. The unidentified soldier was guarding the base in the village of Gorny when he opened fire. Russia's defense ministry pointed to a nervous breakdown having triggered the incident. And that's all they kind of know about it, I guess, or are willing to talk about it. I was hesitating because, like, mass shooting. Another one? Seriously? Like, can we not just stop shooting each other? En masse? No? Okay.
It's not.
Red Feather, I'm back. Welcome back. We've got 15 whole minutes left. 13 whole minutes left. I hope we can entertain you, sort of. What are you eating?
Nothing.
Fucking cat. God. She's worse than a goddamn toddler. Let's see, my news up my news app. Oh, fuck off, Peter. I was gonna say my news app just updated so I can get more news, and then Peter tweets something as I'm scrolling, and now I'm looking at Peter's tweet. You know what, Peter? You suck.
What a douche.
I know. Stop posting random things.
Yeah, Peter, you dick. We've mentioned his name like 3 times. He should have showed up already.
Yeah, you'd think, right?
Peter. What do we normally talk about to draw Peter out? We talk about, mention penis cryptic shows up, mention lesbianism or sex, and ink shows up. What normally brings Peter in?
Foot fetish. Feet.
Feet.
You know what? I'm just going to tell him, hey, Pete, we're talking about your feet.
Wait. No, Peter. Doctor Who, Hitchhiker's Guide. Doctor Who, Hitchhiker's Guide.
Doctor Who, summon Peter. Hitchhiker's Guide, summon Peter. Bring us Peter Almond.
Pretty much.
By the way, Red Dwarf sucks. That'll get him.
Oh my god. So lawmakers want Netflix and Spotify to show emergency alerts.
Fuck you, no.
A lot of people pay for Netflix and Spotify because it's a way to not get those alerts, you idiots.
Yep, you already get them on this thing that people have with them at all times.
Could you please clarify what this thing is, since nobody can fucking see you?
Oh yeah, that's right.
It's a cell phone.
My cell phone.
All right, there we go.
It's a cell phone, and considering my phone went absolutely apeshit a few hours ago, my phone went absolutely apeshit several hours ago, because the town near where I live, called Bumpus, actually has a 14-year-old girl missing, an Amber Alert. Like, I'm actually going to like I'm going to spot the car, the last car she was seen in, 300 miles away.
You never know. They could be trying to stow away in your truck right now, and you'd never know.
Actually, I wouldn't know.
Okay, well, yeah, maybe.
But considering the alerts went off on my phone, and the alerts went off on my phone, and speaking with my wife, the alerts went off on our TV, on the radio, on her cell phone, and my son's tablet, which is a child's tablet.
Well, because Lucas would totally be able to call 911 if you saw the car.
Yeah, if Lucas spotted it, do you know what he would probably say?
Yeah.
Well, at least he acknowledged it, like a good citizen.
To be blunt and honest, my son, as his mother likes to say, is his father's son. So he would probably acknowledge seeing the girl if she had what he considered nice tits.
Green, all you missed was the fact that they're trying to get Netflix and Spotify to support emergency alerts and show them. So, for once, it's a bipartisan thing. So, a bipartisan group of lawmakers want services including Netflix and Spotify to help in pushing emergency alerts. Senators Brian Schatz from Hawaii and John Thune from South Dakota reintroduced.
Oh yeah, because Hawaii has such good track record lately on emergency alerts.
Yeah.
So yeah, reintroduced the reliable emergency alert distribution improvement called READY Act. The READY Act would look into creating a system to offer emergency alerts to audio and video online streaming services.
You're in the middle of a horror movie. It's like, for some reason, you're watching, like, what is that one with the shower scene?
Psycho?
You gotta be way more specific.
Psycho?
Yeah. Either way, the curtain's about to be peeled back, and all of a sudden it goes, hey, there's a chick on the loose, or there's a kidnapped kid near you. Look for her.
Oh yes, just a meh, meh, meh. This is an emergency alert. Or you're doing a PR at the gym. You got the Cannibal Corpse blasting. That thing, getting that bar up, then bam, drop, shot. What the drop? You just broke your sternum.
Peter did that to me this morning.
What?
Okay, so I was playing with this bot in his Discord, and then I was done playing with his bot, and I just didn't leave his Discord, and I had Trucker's stream up, which has no sound, and then I'm in the kitchen, and I'm like singing Baby Shark for no reason, and making coffee, and all of a sudden I hear a random voice talking to me from my phone. I don't know where the fuck it's coming from or why, and it freaked me the fuck out.
So that happened to me while I was in the garage listening to one of Britt's streams, and I was operating a drill, so it kind of drowned out the stream until some male voice came on and scared the shit out of me.
Yeah.
Like what?
So Peter's a dick like that. Anyways, it's your job, M&M, to read the article, The Babylon Bee. It is your time to shine, sir.
Yep. Earn that paycheck that you don't give me.
Yep, pretty much.
You gotta earn that non-existent paycheck.
Is it funnier than someone went around with spray paint and freaking insulation foam?
Yes. Progressive mom proudly declares son to be transgender after he walks through Barbie aisle. Portland, Oregon. young mother Olivia McKinley declared her 3-year-old son Cale, to be transgendered after he took a brief walk through the Barbie aisle while in the toy section at Target on Monday. She could be heard shrieking, "My son is trans. I accept you, my beautiful, brave trans girl. I will not judge you. I love you just the way you are." Her mouth was just inches away from the boy's face as she embraced him tightly, though he tried to squirm free.
No shit, you tried to squirm free away from a crazy chick too.
Yeah. A man who had overheard the screams walked by and asked, "Is everything okay?" McKinley shoved the man back and shouted, "Back off, don't you dare judge my brave trans daughter. How dare you?" The man left the store shocked and confused.
Hashtag save James.
When McKinley returned to her son, he had walked over to the Avengers toys and had taken down a Captain America figure. No, they got to you. Don't let them in. Don't let their binary poison break your little mind. Be yourself, Cale. Be yourself. Cale began to cry as the agitated mother ripped the action figure from his hands and replaced it with astronaut Barbie. Imagine if you became a woman. You could be the first woman on Mars, or an MMA fighter, or the first man to get an abortion. When last seen, McKinley was overheard calling her son Kayla and forcing him to try on a dress while shouting, "It's okay, I accept you, stop scratching me." Finn.
That was hilarious. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, on that funny finale by M&Ms to melt in your mouth, not in your hands. Thanks for watching. Take it away, Sir Trucker.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm the Pumpkin Trucker. Almost Daily Dash Cam starting up again at about 5:30 tomorrow morning. Starting in Winchester, Virginia, going to Stewart Shaft, Virginia, then up to Springfield, Pennsylvania. With any luck, I'll be back here in Winchester, Virginia tomorrow. Till then, 10 a.m. tomorrow. Thunder.
That would be Fallout New Vegas. I think I'm going to grab one of the bounties off the board.
Fair enough. And at 5 p.m., go over to the Opinion of Scotsman's channel for another episode of Failing to Read the News. Then at 7 p.m., come on back over here for another episode of Blind Trucking. You'll find Elowen, you'll find Miss Misanthropic, you'll find Green Thunder, D Mighty, Crappy Slayer, and myself. And of course, as always, it wouldn't be her name, it wouldn't be her channel, wouldn't be her stream without her name, Blind Girl.
Woo!
And tomorrow, if you come by, you'll definitely get to hear Blind Girl say,
where the fuck's Ellen when I need her?
she blew a fuse. Thanks.
Is that really
We'll
what
see y'all
happened?
next time.
Bye.